What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Alright, so this is the situation we have right here. This is the satellite imagery of Tropical Storm Earl that is currently intensifying right now. We have the latest from the NHC. We have this public advisory that was issued not too long ago, about an hour at the time of recording. Earl is now a 65-mile-per-hour tropical storm, forecast to move slowly northward in the next few days. Discussion. At 11 a.m., the center of Tropical Storm Earl was located at 21.5 north, longitude 65.3 west. Earl is moving to the north-northwest near 5 miles per hour. It is expected to continue this slow motion for the next 24 to 48 hours, followed by a gradual turn to the north-northeast thereafter, where it'll start slowly picking up speed. So that's the situation. Hurricane Hunter aircraft earlier indicated that the maximum sustained winds are now at 65 miles per hour with higher gusts. Some additional strengthening is possible later today, with a little change in strength expected tomorrow. Earl could still become a hurricane by later this week. It is currently forecast in the cone. Let's go ahead and pull that up for you right here. It is still expected to strengthen into a hurricane, potentially by Wednesday. If this thing can get past the shear it's going through. I'm surprised at how resilient it is right now, because this is where Earl is right here now, and it's going through like 30 to 40 knots of wind shear right there. So I'm surprised it's even strengthening while it's in there. But anyway, that's basically what we're looking at right here. The reason it's 65 miles per hour is because we have data from Hurricane Hunter aircraft reconnaissance that shows that. Drop 16 and drop 11, to be exact, are what we're talking about. This is drop 16 right here. As you can see, it touched the surface at 55 knots, which equates to around 65 miles per hour. And we actually have an even stronger one than that, drop 11, which dropped. It actually got up to 70 knots, or 70 knots, around 981 millibars, and then it dropped down to 57 knots, like around the same area right there. So, yeah, this is an interesting thing that's going on right here. So, yeah, that's why they went with 65 miles per hour. So that's pretty much what we're taking a look at. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tracks and the intensity models for that. So the track models right here. This is for Earl. You can see it moving up, moving towards the north. It's Bermuda's over there. If the storm gets large enough, Bermuda could see like the outer bands or something, but that's pretty much it. In fact, if we take a look at it, at the tropical storm force winds, it does look more evened out than in hours past, but it's not quite perfect yet. So we're going to have to continue to wait and see when it comes to that. These are the track miles. Next 3 days, it kind of moves in that northern direction, and then it starts that turn after day 3, and then it starts moving at a much faster pace after day 4. So that's what we're looking at. The intensity models are also interesting. Majority of the models, including the NHC, agree this is going to be a major hurricane right here. Some models keep it down around Category 2. We have even a few models going up to Category 4 strength right here. You can see the CTCI, the COT2, and the HMON actually going up to Category 4 strength right there. So that's an interesting situation we're looking at right there. Also, we're tracking Hurricane Danielle, which has started to weaken. It did peak at 90 miles per hour earlier today. Now it is at 85 miles per hour. Slow weakening is forecast in the next several days. Hurricane force winds extend out 25 miles from the center. Pressure is 976 millibars. If we take a look at the cone right here, it's going to continue to weaken. It's moving towards the United Kingdom and Ireland, the British Isles. Depending on if it stays together, they could see some rain in that. We'll have to continue to pay attention to that as time continues to progress, but that's pretty much all we have right here. This is Hurricane Danielle's satellite imagery right there. As you can see, it doesn't really look the best right now, but this is a hurricane in the subtropical Atlantic, so what did you expect? So, yeah, the convection has really improved over the last couple of hours, which I'm quite shocked by. We're looking at a very good area of minus 60 cloud tops right in the western part of the eye right there, the western eyewall, I would say. So, yeah, that's our first hurricane of the season right there, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of formed in the last place anyone would expect. But let's go ahead and take a look at the track models and the intensity. Track models have this continuing to move over the subtropical Atlantic right there. It starts weakening as it continues to move through cooler waters, which by that point we're looking at this is where we're at right there. The waters are warmer than average right there, but they're not warm enough to kind of support the system. We're looking at Yeah, we're looking at like 20 degrees Celsius waters as time continues to progress right there. That's 68 degrees Fahrenheit for those of you in the United States. And the intensity models reflect on this. Like a couple of models have it strengthening, but that's not going to happen. It peaked at 90 miles per hour, where I said it would be the absolute cap if it did go any stronger. And now it's starting to weaken again. So yeah, that's basically the situation we have with Earl and Danielle. We have one more system we need to talk about. It is this Eastern Atlantic system where we've been monitoring for the last several days right here. This is what we're looking at. It now has a 40% chance development. It had a 20% chance yesterday. Now it's 40 and a 10% chance of formation in the next 48 hours. So let's go ahead and read this real quickly. A tropical wave located southeast of the Cabo Verde Islands is currently continues to produce a broad area of disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity. An area of low pressure is forecast to form with the system in the next day or so, and environmental conditions appear marginally conducive for additional development. A tropical depression could form by the later part of this week as the system moves generally northwestward or northwestward over the eastern and central tropical Atlantic. So once again, 40% chance of development. We have that satellite imagery right here. It's been getting more organized. The convection's been improving significantly since it's moved off the coast of Africa right there. So this is something I would not be surprised about if this thing does develop. We are in the peak hurricane season right here, by the way. So yeah, that's basically the situation we're going to go ahead and wrap up with. Yeah, if you think that this season's going to be a bust, think again. The Atlantic tropics are starting to wake up, and I think the recent activity proves that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Be sure to check out my Hurricane Dorian documentary. I spent a lot of time working on that, and it would be much appreciated if you checked it out. It'll be in the end cards at the end of this video. But with that being said, have a wonderful day. Follow me on Twitter, and stay safe.